I feel like I just came out of a cave and into the light of new days. Ebb and flow, you know. I can feel a lot of energy. The light is starting to get brighter. Easy to see when there's a lot of snow, or a little snow. Spread out accordingly. In the winter, shit gets real, you know. Very simple things become very obvious. Now, Saturnian times, Saturn and Aquarius, Neptune direct, people are going to start to see a lot of things. Same old song, new names. People in power always take advantage. That's why we call them people in power. You know, life is about dynamics. Power dynamics are huge. So the same kind of shell games which have been played for a very long time, probably since the dawn of this age, the Piscean dream, these games have been played, and now it's becoming more obvious because shit's got real. The leaves have fallen off the trees. You can see all the nests. You can see all the hypocrisy, all the lying, all the acting. The sophisticated model of how we've operated is being replaced by a more automated version. That's technocracy. That's Plato's Republic. That's all sorts of different things combined into one. We see patterns and we understand where the patterns are leading us, but we read them through the mythologies, through the allegories of many different books, many different ideologies like religion, scientific thinking, intellectual thinking, philosophical thinking, theosophy, all these osophies. Isms. They kind of all lead us into these ways of thinking, and so there's a coalescence of time. It's what we're in right now because we're heading into Aquarius. And we're going over the precipice here. So things that cannot be hidden, cannot be denied, are becoming factual, and people have to face the fact that they knew all along it was a lie, but they played along because it's sometimes you gotta get along to get along. You know, people aren't dumb, they're trauma bound. And there isn't a whole lot of ways from which you can get acquainted with that in a what's the word? Society kind of takes advantage of our traumas in a way that turns those shadows into a productive aspect of how the edifice of society functions. So if you're trauma bound and one of the ways you put the attention to form is through action, through working, then you're going to find a lot of projects and you're going to get pulled into a career that you probably don't like, but it pays the bills. And so you're maintaining status quo through the shadow projection that you don't process internally and you feed into the machine. Well, now that cadence has been disrupted, so people are starting to be fed back into by their own shadow projections, and we're seeing all these things come to light. The same games, FTX, with the financial crash 2008, all the financial crashes, everything is staged, you know, everything is part of seasonal processes that systematic-minded individuals understand how to utilize in order to manage the masses, manage power. And now you're going to see a lot of things come to light and a lot of challenges arise. People dear to you, people in your life, people in your world and your communities are going to be dealing with this transformation in society. It's waking you up. Either you will acquiesce into the shadows of your traumas, or you're going to stand in the light of new days and create your own myths. If there is a sense of pragmatism in life, it is the pragmatism of yourself in your life. You have to find forgiveness within yourself in order to be able to release things that bind you, hold you into the shadows of like these undigested emotional loops. We cultivate our emotions in life. That's part of the development of our consciousness. That's how our psyche expresses. That's what types of mythological archetypes we are personified by and what we express in a way, not entirely, but through dynamics with others, with the world, historical, our ancestral energies, things like that. So if you're saving your psyche by pulling your attention from the chaos of the programming into the chaos of the self, then you have more gravity. Then the decisions and the manias and all the imaginations that have been projected within you start to fade away, and you start to see them for what they truly are, which are the projections within yourself, the things that you've hidden. And then you can start to release those things which aren't you. We're seeing how ephemeral the world is. Don't be bound to the static imagery of your past delineation. We're dynamic. The world's going to change, you got to change too, but you can control your change, you can direct your change, you can focus yourself in the most positive direction for you, and by doing that you help yourself, you help others. The world needs that more than anything else. Don't invest in this world, invest in the self. That's how you create resonance. At least that's how I feel. There's many ways, and maybe you got eyes for different ways. Whatever pulls you, whatever feels like it enriches your soul, strengthens your spirit, centers yourself so that your mind can actually follow purpose instead of trying to reason the chaos of broken loops. You'll be on a good path no matter what the hell happens in this world. The golden rule isn't like some mental thing. It's actually the felt presence of experience. and we had to break it into words in order so that we could communicate foundational communal logic, which makes sense for everyone, you know. This world feigns equality, and by virtue creates the inequality with which we try and save it from. So find contentment within yourself in the path of releasing all the bullshit, finding out who you authentically are, and trying to walk with that. There are no mistakes. They're just stages in process. So don't settle on statics. Continue forward. And you always end up further than you were had you not. If you honor the ignorance within yourself, you can see it within other people, and you don't judge it quite as harshly. If you can accept the ignorance in yourself, you can grow. If you can't accept it, then you're stuck. Static perfection for an imperfect world. Alright, well, thanks for watching.